Sanbonani Mahwera say Dumelang Arilo Cheng. How are you doing? I hope you are doing amazingly well around the world. Today, we've been celebrating the King Mzilikazi Day, which is currently underway in Zimbabwe, South Africa, the US, the UK. And this year's event is especially notable. It's being held over 2 full days, which is September the 5th and the 6th, 2025. In Bulawayo is at King Mzilikazi Memorial Site, Komahlahlandlela, which is just outside Bulawayo. The historical background: King Mzilikazi Kamashobane was born in 1790 to 18 and died in 1868. Was a formidable leader and founder of the Ndebele Kingdom, later known as the Ndebele Nation. Originally one of King Shaka Zulu's top generals, Mzilikazi broke away after a dispute and he led his people on a legendary migration across southern Africa. Along the way, he built a kingdom not just through conquest, but by incorporating diverse ethnic groups, including the Lozwi, Kalanga, Nubi, Venda, Sutu, and the Shangani, into a unified and inclusive society. This year's theme, which is we strengthen the nation through culture. It emphasizes the role of cultural heritage in fostering unity and resilience among the people of Umtwagazi and beyond. Cultural March, which is a vibrant procession from Machobana Sebab to Bulawayo City Hall via Luveve Road, celebrating Ndebele traditions. Those in Bulawayo, you have seen how it's going. I saw a lot of pictures and videos on social media, which is beautiful. What I love about the Ndebele people is how they embrace their culture. It doesn't matter the religion they're in right now, whether it's Africa traditional religion or Bayasonda, Abomazalwane, they just embrace what being Ndebele is all about through their dressing, their names. They don't go wrong when it comes to their names. You would find that 80 to 90% of Ndebele people, they still use their Ndebele names. I'm mentioning this because when you look at Southern Africa, uh, when we're colonized, people started changing their names. Well, we didn't choose to do that. We just changed our names and were given Christian names or white names because the colonizers couldn't pronounce our names. But when you look at the Zulus, I can say every tribe that falls under the Nguni, they still embrace their names, which is quite beautiful. I love that. I love that. And their cultural dressing is quite amazing. It's really, really amazing to watch and to know that we still have that within us as African people. The traditional ceremonies, they do their rituals, performances, storytelling that honor Zlika's legacy. I was posting on social media or on Facebook the other day about how I miss Mtuagazi restaurant, which is in Kempton Park, South Africa. They make amazing food, our traditional food in Southern Africa. They make all of that, which is lovely. Those guys knows how to cook. So shout out to that. And Ubaba Fuyane, who owns that place, oh my God, he's like 100% Ndebele in everything that he do. You can just see ukuthi sengihlangene ngumuntu ubuya from the warrior side. He has it the way he carries himself. I can go on and on and on. I love that about people who carry themselves that way. Like there is no uh, negotiation or conversation around who he is or his identity. You can just tell by the way he speaks, he walks, and all of that. So shout out to everybody who is honoring Mzilikazi's legacy or your own cultural legacy. The leadership presence, there are traditional leaders, government officials, cultural organizations. They are actively participating. In Bulawayo, I think there are about 5,000 guests that were expected to attend. Why does this matter so much? King Mzilikazi Day is more than a cultural festival. It's a symbol of identity, of resilience and unity. It reminds Zimbabweans and the broader Southern African community of the power of inclusive leadership and cultural preservation. Mzilikazi's model of governance based on trust, merit, and respect for diversity still resonates today. We learn history in our schools, but you would find that we are not really practicing it at home. It's something that we learn at school, but at home it's a different life altogether. So when we see these kind of commemorations, you got to think that we are still preserving our identity, who we are. And I hope that this can also be broadened to our education system. Let the Mzilikazi Day be known even in Mashonaland, in Manicaland. Let it be celebrated in Berengwa, in Mashingo. Let this be a national day. Let us have these marches, even in our areas in Mashingo, where people are Karanga and all that, because Mzilikazi is not just the king of the Ndebele people; he is a king in Southern Africa. So these are some of the things that I hope that we can engage and make sure that our government officials knows about this and spread the word. We learned history at school, but there is something that I then realized doing my own research as an adult. I bought this book written by Ndebele, who is a South African writer, King Mzilikazi Kamashobane. You should get this book. If you are in South Africa, I do believe that you can get it at some bookstores. Anybody else around the world, you can get it on Amazon. It's quite an amazing book, man. It tells the story differently from the misconception that's been spread around King Mzilikazi and his journey from the Zululand to Zimbabwe. This is a story that is told by one of us. I love history that is being told and taught by one of our own. We are telling our story, not for someone in Europe telling us who King Mzilikazi was. I grew up in Shona dominated culture or background or society. What would learn about the Zulu people, the Ndebele, and their kings and queens was quite different. It was quite different. You can tell that that type of history or what we know have caused so much fights and divided us as a people. I'm talking about between the Shonas and the Ndebele people. They've taught this story as something that makes another tribe inferior or another one superior to the other. But as you dig deeper and learn so much especially from this book and other writers and narrations out there, you can research on your own. You would find out that we can actually celebrate, respect our different tribes. That's what makes us unique as Africans. We've got these different traditions, different people. We find pride in our names. Abo Shumba, Abo Ndebele. We always have something that is uniquely us, and they should not even have any type of tribalism, hatred, or competition. We are all unique. We can celebrate each other. Tatemolo also managed to put together this, which is a children's book. I've read this. It's a very great story told in a way that a child would understand from 2 years old to 16 years old, they can really read, and it's a very, very, very interesting read, which is told in a way that our people will actually respect our leaders and culture. You should get it. It's still on Amazon. You can get this book. I bought it as a package, and it was really quite nice. So I do encourage people to read stories that are told by our own people. This is not a promotion or a paid advert for Ntate Ntebe Molope, but a recommendation for this book. Somebody recommended it on Facebook on one of these groups, so I went ahead and bought it, which is really amazing. So, to those people who would say, this is not for me, it's not my culture, and all that, let us decolonize our mindsets. Unity begins when we start loving, respecting, recognizing each other for the role that each of our leaders played in our societies. It's not quite easy. I mean, when you look at Zim, the political line always stand in the way, in a way, but we can always choose as individuals to celebrate this, to learn more. For you know, if you look at it now, you'd find that Ndebele women are getting married to Shona men, and Shona women are getting married to Ndebele men. We meet each other at corporate level and things like that. So it's really important to understand each other's cultures and understands our background. I think we can do much more and much better. If you've got a story to tell about where you grow up and the diverse cultures, I also invite you on my platform so that we can learn more. I really love learning more about other people's cultures and their histories and what they love the most. So it's very important to me. So if you are here and want to talk about your cultures, please just holler at me and let's talk about it. Thank you so much to the Ndebele people for commemorating this day, and thank you so much for keeping our cultures alive and vibrant, and for the colorful beads and our traditional wear. I love that. Let us keep our cultures documented so that the next generation can always reference back. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.